Atlanta Falcons taking on the Toronto Huskies.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Toronto Huskies and the Atlanta Falcons. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. You got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 8 catches, 77 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom.
And it's caught. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their own. Opening drive. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll push the lead up to 17.
24, Falcons 7.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
A short kick taken at the 18. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. 25-13 was your final. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Ryan going to get this complete to Hurst. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
2nd and 10.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
10 yards to go.
Throwing again, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
4th down. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will go out of bounds, so they will lose yards on the play. And on 4th down, of course, it'll be a turnover on downs. They start on the ground with Elliott. And some room to roam now. A big run that time by Elliott. 44 yards. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step.
This is caught inside the 15. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One last shot for Ryan. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And now nothing but green ahead of him.
Come on again.
He's at the 40. 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'll be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to split that part. And then, of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for Toronto, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Taking on the Toronto Huskies.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Toronto Huskies and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. Second down now. It's Elliott. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly...
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 30.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one left. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Keep going. Keep running, man.
Picked off at the 35. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So a decision to make there. They decline the penalty as they'd rather force the 4th down. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Toronto, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.
Today, from Toronto, Canada, it's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Toronto Huskies taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in... Going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Fourth down, Cousins, and it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Out to his left. He'll try and run it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Ezekiel Elliott on the carry.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now Elliott. And he loses the football a second time.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. A fumble on the play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again.
Ezekiel Elliott on the carry. A fumble on the play.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. That'll be complete to Cook. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. It's going the other way.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's Elliott. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. Elliott. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. On third down, Elliott. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Final score.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Toronto, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
Toronto, Canada. It's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. Taken at the 15. Now a hit and a loose football.
I'm the best in the game.
There he goes right side. And he will have a touchdown. Jameis Olawale, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead here in the fourth. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing two things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
So for Toronto, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to...
Today, from Toronto, Canada, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this one taken in by Cephas. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. This is Elliott.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room because I just missed.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon.
Tonight, from Toronto, Canada, it's the NFC Championship game. The Toronto Huskies taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Toronto Huskies. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
For the chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Champ. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. Well, this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And on a stage of this magnitude in the conference championship, 1st and 10. It's Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now it's Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson taking it in. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This taken in about 4 yards deep. Shedding the tackle. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And now look at him go. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30.
Man, that was way too easy.
He will take this all the way.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Zerline good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Greg Zerline set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And he floats one there, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And believe it, it is the Cleveland Browns who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Michael Dixon.
The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
At their own 37-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. He'll air this one out. It's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. And a huge play that time. 53 yards. Now Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His pass caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. From 4 yards. One last shot for Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Final score.
And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
Tonight, it's the National Football League. Super Bowl 57. The Toronto Huskies taking on the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions. to throw now on first down. He's going to rifle. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 17.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And his guys have taken the lead here in the fourth. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And he'll get into to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And he backs it away and it falls down incomplete. And a safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Rolling to his left. Now a desperation throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That will seal it. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10 at their own 15-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
One final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.